Right, good afternoon everyone. So I'm out here in the turnips. So this paddock of turnips here got worked up. So I've started feeding the turnips today, and today is the 28th. So it's a few days early, but I decided that the cows could do with a bit more feed right now, and the turnips are ready. That paddock was planted 10 days early, so it is actually ready to feed right now. And yeah, this one here is looking really good, apart from the areas that I missed. So that's what I was saying, there's a few areas on the ends of the runs where I've pulled the drill out, or this piece here is actually just completely missed. You can see where I've been turning, a little piece left over I never drilled. But the turnips are looking really good, so it's quite a good size, not too big. I'm not a real fan of having the big bulbs. Yeah, so these are definitely going to get a bit bigger though, because actually the very far end will get the biggest, because that'll be the last to be grazed. So that's probably still got another 3 to 4 weeks before it'll get grazed, that very last bit. Yeah, so I'm aiming to feed around the 4 kgs, if not a little bit more. I always work on a lower per hectare, so I work on 10 tonne a hectare, which is this sort of crop I would imagine is more than 10 tonne a hectare. I don't weigh it or anything, so I work on feeding 4 kgs, but I know they're going to get more than that. So yeah, that's how I work it out. I keep it simple. So what I'm up to now is I'm actually shifting the irrigator. I'm putting it over on the new grass paddock, pretty much directly over there. We'll go over there shortly. It's just struggling to get going, and I don't want to buy any more ends, so I'm going to shift the irrigator over there. It's a bit of a pain having it over there, because I've got to have the irrigator pipe going over the tanker drive, so it can only be there when the tanker's not coming. So the tanker came this morning, so I've got this afternoon and tomorrow to pump, and then I'll shift it out of the way, and then I'll put it back over again. So that's what I'm doing now. So that'll take an hour or so, and then we'll see what else we get up to after that. So yeah, it's an overcast day today. So it ended up raining this morning, so I'm glad I didn't cut hay yesterday, even though it was a nice day yesterday. Tomorrow's meant to be the worst day, so we'll see what it's like tomorrow. But I'm thinking about cutting tomorrow afternoon or Saturday, because Saturday looks like it'll be alright. Friday's definitely the worst, so yeah, we'll just play it by ear. So this length of hose has got a few joiners in it, where they've got splits in it. I put a split in it somewhere, I'm just not sure where. I think it's down this end. See that joint? It's not even holding on by much. That's only just a normal regular hose clamp, it's not one of the heavy ones. I'd so love to put hydrants in, it'd be my dream. Put some hydrants in, would solve a lot of issues with hose. I think I might just hook it up and see where it leaks and then deal with it, because I don't know where it was leaking. We'll do that. I gave them a choice, but it doesn't work. We've got to turn it around. We'll give it a grease up. Give it one every now and then. So it's all set up now. We'll go and turn it on, and we'll find out where this leak is on that hose and fix that, and we should be sweet. So the reason why I'm putting it in this paddock is because it's really struggling, I think. So this paddock here got drilled last February, got in a bit earlier than what I normally would. Normally I would get in March, but because we had such a wet summer, I got in early. But all the seed got washed down. Well, some of the seed got washed away, so that would have been topsoil as well. And if you look, you got these real green patches, big patch there, and down there, that's where all the water has gone to. And it's the same further along the edge of the stream there. There's a couple of patches where it's real green, and then and this is what it looks like now. You got all this, it's yellowing off. You can see that's, I don't know if it's a lack of nitrogen, it's had a couple of doses of nitrogen on it, or if it's a lack of topsoil now, like, you know, whether it's been disturbed quite a bit. So if you look up there, you can see it doesn't look the flashiest. Yes, it did get chopped for silage. You're not meant to chop new grass for silage, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I have done it in the past and it has recovered, but yeah. So that is the reason why I've got the irrigator here, because I want to get some more free in onto the pasture. So yeah, I'm going to try and cover the whole area. So yeah, let me know what you think. Is it a lack of nitrogen, or is it a lack of topsoil, just very poor fertility, or do you think me cutting up a silage is not a good idea? It's, you know, has it stunted it? So yeah, let me know. So with this setup, the stirrer comes on 10 minutes before the pump does, so it just gives it a chance just to agitate a little bit. If you look closely, you can actually see the water starting to move around. It sort of starts getting it going in a circular motion, like a whirlpool. So yeah, in a few more minutes the pump will start up. But I've just mixed up some glyphosate, and I'm going to spray around the edge. I also need to try and spray around the pump over there. It always grows willow weed, so I'm going to get on to that. Another thing I need to do is actually go around and cut all the gum trees. Gum tree here, need to cut that down. There's a whole lot of little ones, little seedlings growing over there. Need to cut them down because we don't want them growing near the effluent pond. So just imagine if we end up with some gum trees like that, but down here. Not a good idea. The other effluent pumps just started up, both green lights are on. So we'll go and see where we got a leak. There's the leak. We'll go and turn it off. So there's the leak there. So I'm going to take this section out, so I'll take it off here and cut it further up that way and then join it back on here. So this one here was slightly leaking too. I'm not sure that clamp has slid that way. They get a bit of a hammer in the clamps. It's best not to have too many, because, you know, when you're dragging them around, you can see that one is all worn off on that edge. Yeah, it still works. Another thing that can happen with these, if you over tighten them, they'll just snap the bolt. I have had that happen before. Quite bent. Stuff. We shall just cut it. There we go. So now the next bit is getting that end onto this. first day. Well, that one's stuffed. So I had another hose clamp up at the shed, and it's one that is free, so that's good. That'll be enough. I'm not a fan of these joints. If there wasn't so much pipe there, I probably would have just done away with that joint and gone straight up to the cam lock. But we need as much length as we can at the moment. Perfect. Well, we'll start up and see if any more leaks. Well, after getting the leak fixed, the irrigator's not running. There's something wrong down there. I have to get a spark in tomorrow. They're only doing half days at the moment, so yeah, there's a bit of a bugger. I'm all set up, ready to go. I can't even use it. So this is typically what they'll leave on their first break. I always find that they leave a little bit because I give them a bigger break just to get into here to open it up. So they'll eat these bulbs, you know, tomorrow. They'll eat those. Still, you know, it's still good. There's no cow poo on it, so they'll pick through this. They'll definitely eat a few more leaves and pick up all the bulbs. There's hundreds of bulbs there that they haven't eaten. So I want this paddock here to last 11 days. So 10. I just had a count up. There's 22 spaces. So I'll probably just do be 2 spaces pretty much. So when I say 2 spaces, it'll be 2 posts the whole way down. So the paddock does slightly get wider at the other end, so but otherwise it's pretty much the same. So it's a nice easy paddock to break feed. I'll just do 2 posts each day, so that'll keep it nice and simple. So yeah, and that's, like I talked about earlier, that's around 4 kgs a day per cow. So well, that is it. It's 4 kgs. It's going to be more than 4 kgs, but they're getting on the minimum 4 kgs a cow, so that's good. Alright, so there we have the fence set up. So yeah, the cows will be happy. They definitely look like they were nice and full this morning when I was letting them go. So yeah. Right. Should we carry on? Yep, start it up. The switch has got to be in the middle. Wait. Now go. Woohoo!